Welcome to Time for Wellness, your guide to living well over 40. My name is Haikini, and I am your host for Time for Wellness, formerly known as How to Be Fit Over 40 Midlife Conversations with Haikini. Super excited as we welcome a new month. Welcome to July. Some people look at it as Christmas in July or, they decide to go on more trips in the month of July. There's a celebration of 250 years in the US for this month of July. There's a lot happening in the month of July. So grab your smoothie or cup of tea and join the conversation. Let's go. Hello. And that's my printer. As soon as I say hello. So if you guys are tuning in, you can see me on a video. It'll be posted on YouTube. For those who are used to the audio, welcome, welcome as well. Super excited. We've been putting out this content for over 6.5 years now. And now this year, 2026, we have been actually putting out videos as well. And so before this year, there was a podcast episode every week, and we are switching some things around and see how this once a month works out. Let me know what you think about this new format. You can always leave a comment on my socials as well at Coach Keeney. And also, you can send me a message as usual. I have all of the information listed in the show notes. We're in over 30 plus platforms, 13 plus, whatever, trying to keep track of all the different platforms where you can actually listen to this podcast. And as always, too, we are in several hundred plus different countries slash territories. So we are international. So super excited for you being here. This year, more so, we've been talking a lot about AI and mindfulness and just intentional living to help us save time, stress, decrease stress, and just live well. And so today we're going to talk about something that we don't hear often, and that's just the skills that we're building behind the scenes. We're so used to celebrating results, not the preparation. We're celebrating the promotions. People are getting promoted in different things. Maybe they have new gigs. People are celebrating, and you're liking all the comments, putting all the emojis, and then maybe new businesses. Maybe people are starting a new business for the first time, or maybe their business is booming and they're making more money. So people celebrate that online on social. And then travel too. I've been following a lot of people that do like slow travel and just go to different places all around the world that are in midlife. And it's super exciting just to see the places that they visit. And I'll tell you, you may hear a little something in the background. We have one of our rabbits that is doing something, probably chewing on cardboard or something in the background. So you'll hear probably moving forward, you'll hear little things in the background because he is right behind my camera. So anyway, we celebrate money. People, getting more money, increasing their cash flow, and they may show just different evidence of that as well. And just the overall success of people, they're, displaying that all online. But almost never do you see people sharing what they're studying, detailed books that they're reading, different new practices that they're doing, even failure, things that they found out they're not good at. Like who wants to really look at that or listen to that? But but it's good to see, right? It's good to see. Even starting over. I know we've been talking about just starting over in midlife, but you're starting to see a little bit, but not as much as what we just previously talked about. And just being consistent. We have been going live. My husband and I have been going live on TikTok every day. We did that last month. And so And now, it's just like, what should I do now? He was like, well, why not just keep going live? It's, he was like, consistency is gold. Take my little sip. For those who don't see me, I have my lemon water. It's not warm anymore, but I have my little favorite little cup that has a little blue and brown and a little green, turquoise a little bit. Anyway, I digress. So, what I realized, that's exactly the season that I am in. I am in the season where I actually want to share more about what I'm doing. And I have my notes. So you see me looking, I feel like I'm a news reporter live at 5. Breaking news. And I do this to stay focused because in midlife, sometimes you focus on all the different things and it's just like, oh. But I want to stay organized here. So I have some notes and I have, look at this pen. This is like my favorite color. Anyway, my favorite color is blue for those who are wondering. So let's let me share kind of what kind of skills that I am building right now, just briefly. This is just a brief synopsis. So just becoming more strong as a tax professional. I don't talk about that much online, but I am a tax professional. In my previous life, I have an accounting background, accounting and human resource management background. So I've done a lot of things dealing with accounting and management. And I have some sprinkles of tax prep under my belt. And so I have been building those skills more so now in the last year or so. Another thing, learning AI as a practical tool, whether you like it, whatever love-hate relationship you have, it's here, it's been here quietly. You hadn't seen it as much. Now it's being magnified, of course, because of all the data centers. I mean, they're opening one not too far from where I live as well. And we've seen all the things with the water and restrictions and all that. And I'll tell you, as always, there is always more than what they're telling us. I'll leave that right there. You can take it however you want to take it. But always, you guys, do your own research to see what's going on, and we're only shown a little bit, obviously. So these are some skills that we need. We need to know how to navigate this thing now, more magnified as AI tools and how to navigate. So much so, last year I created a GPT and I have put lots of guardrails. If you don't know anything about all that, learn more about this stuff. So I would like people to test it out. I've tested it out on under a different email, but it's still not, I haven't started actually, it's not as huge and I haven't made it a big deal as maybe it should be, but it's really cool and it's centered around midlife. So if you're interested in learning more about that, send me a message. I'll have all my information listed on, you always have all my information listed, but just in case you're new, all my information that you need is listed in the show notes. All right, next, growing a YouTube channel. So if you, Time for Wellness, that is, I have a main YouTube called Time for Wellness. And I've had it not, I don't have all my podcast episodes on there, but I would say when I got to maybe half over the course of 6.5 years, I may have about half of the podcast episodes on there because I did have a previous channel and accidentally deleted it. It's one of those midlife moments that you're like, what was I doing? I don't know. Anyway, so that main channel is I automatically upload through Buzzsprout. You can upload your podcast episodes to YouTube. So mainly on that channel is podcast episodes. And then I started putting the video version, and there are a few other videos, some how-to videos on there. But the channel that I've been really focused on It's the Midlife Time Traveler. So I tried it. I did a little playlist on Time for Wellness just to test it out. And so it's mostly reflections, midlife reflections, short reflections. And so it's called a Midlife Time Traveler. Very proud of it. It's still in the beginning stages, but for the time that I actually started it this year, it's really growing pretty rapidly. So if you are interested in connecting there, we can have some fun there. I am waiting. I need what? Maybe 16 more subscribers, and then I can go live on there. So if you want to be one of the 16, I'm going to put the link at the bottom of the show notes. I would love to have you. You know, my content, it's like so, all of it's like really the same type content, but there's more reflections, quick things that you can actually listen to. If you're missing the podcast, a weekly podcast, then it'll be cool just to see some quick reflections daily of what I post because I actually post daily on the Midlife Time Traveler. And there's a lot of significance behind that. And that's a whole nother episode for that. Also, recovering through physical therapy. I am injured. I have mentioned that a few times. Got injured last year, recovering, still going through physical therapy. I have made great strides. I can actually, get down and then pop up on my feet. It's like we should be able to get up without our hands. That's one of the things we need to work on our hamstrings. And I actually injured my two tendons, hamstring tendons. So for me now to be able to go get on my knees and then pop up without hands, that is a great accomplishment, and I'm super excited about that. Some of you may be saying, that's just too much. Even if you can't do all that, just being able to get up from being on the floor, that is a great improvement. And learning foreign languages. Okay, let me tell you. So, way back when, in the olden days, of course, I studied Spanish in high school, but it's like it just went away. So, I really want to hone in more so into that. And as I travel as well, whatever country that I'm traveling to, I want to be able to speak a few words. And I got this idea from someone that I've been following for a while now. And what she tries to do every country that she goes into, she tries to learn some of the language so she can have some basic communication. And it just shows that you are trying to connect with them. And I think it makes a big difference as well. So I've been practicing and just wanting to learn more, especially me getting more into a tax profession that I've been doing. There are a lot of Spanish speaking people in the area, so it would be very nice to be able to communicate and at least help schedule some appointments. And then reading more books to expand. If you're looking, this is just a sample of the books that I have. I have a lot of books and I love going to a library and just I have a stack on the floor and I'm going to show you the ones that are on here that are watching a video. I'm going to show you the stack that I have. I have, so I'll get all these and start reading. And so I have a variety of different books that I like to read. And so from like personal development books, I like to read personal development books, and then some controversial books. I'm waiting for my camera to reset because when I move, it moves. There it is. All right. So from personal development books to sometimes like a little novels, like fun adventure things, to very controversial. I know some people may have zoomed in on the books that are on my bookshelf. I haven't hid them. There are some controversial things on there. I I like to read about also personal finance, essential oils, aromatherapy, all all types of things. So getting more into more and more reading as well. And also practicing patience and better boundaries, learning how to say no and not explaining myself. And learning that when you set boundaries, people will try to push those. So you need to be firm. No is a complete sentence, and you can be firm with what you say without apologizing because this is your life and you need to be able to make the most of your life and your time. And you can't just keep doing all the dilly-dallying, as my sister says, dilly-dallying all the time. It's fun to dilly-dally, but dilly-dally with purpose. And that's what I'm learning. And she's teaching me how to dilly-dally with purpose. All right. So none of these makes any dramatic headlines, but together they're changing who I am becoming. That's my little quote right there. It's changing who I am becoming. All right. Take a sip of tea, water. All right. So, behind the scenes, why does this matter? Because this is a reminder that there is still time for you to do things for yourself. There is still time. You are not behind. This is a midlife awareness that you still can add some things to your to-do list, things you may have forgotten about. Now you can organize with purpose and add those things back to your to-do list and start making it happen, planning it, writing it down, making it happen. You have to prepare. I was talking to my husband this morning and we're just talking about just preparing for different things. And I'm like, well, do I want to add another channel, like a social media platform? And he reminded me it would be nice to plan, right? Not just get on there sporadically. Now, when I was doing my challenge, I was doing that, just kind of like it wasn't a real plan, but now I see that I could do this, I can do this, but being more intentional, being more prepared, and just keeping it simple. You know how we are. We like to think of all the things and then we get all upset when we don't have the time. But who says you have to go live for an hour every day? That would be fun, right? But you may only have 5 minutes. So, I've been thinking about just committing to the smaller things and just see how that goes. At least I am making a great commitment and I am really being intentional about what I say and how I say it and how I'm structuring everything, right? So, I am telling you learn these things as I'm sharing. I'm sharing these so you can be encouraged to do this as well. Okay? All right. So this week, I want you to write down three skills that you're building that no one else sees. Three skills that you are building that no one else sees. Don't underestimate them. What I shared, it may be like crumbs to some people, but that to me is something great. So, the quiet investments may shape the next decade of your life. Just imagine those three things, where you would be in the next decade. It could change a lot for you. And I'm thinking, oh, like I would be almost 57 years old. Can you imagine if I keep learning like a foreign language, like I could be fluent in like a decade, or I could have all these other skills that I'm developing in a decade. There's so much. There's no limits to what we can do. So, three skills that you're building, okay? Three skills, write those down, and how just doing those three things how it can enhance a lot of different things in your life. All right, three skills. Keep doing it. Keep going. All right. Now, in today's conversation, I've enjoyed this conversation. Maybe because it's a new month. You get all excited. This might be something too, just being able to prep for a new month because it's like hype. You're in that hype mode, it's something new. But if this conversation has resonated with you and you love hearing more about different how-tos and just putting things in motion in practical, simple steps, I got something for you. Guess what else I've been doing? I saved the best for last. I finished my book. I finished it. It's How to Be Fit Over 40 Midlife Conversations with Haikini. And this is just a practical, not just, but this is, because this is more. This is more. This is a practical guide. It's a blueprint for just navigating the second half of your life. You're navigating the second half of your life. Super proud of this. It is a quick read, as you can see. So everything in here encompasses majority of all the things that have been happening in midlife for me. Just how I've been navigating midlife. Here's the back of it. See my pretty picture? That's my logo, How to Be Fit Over 40 logo. So I'm going to read the back for you, and then we are going to close up this episode, all right? All right. Hey there, Haikini here. For over 6 years, I've hosted How to Be Fit Over 40 Midlife Conversations with Haikini, now known as Time for Wellness, sharing real conversations about fitness, food, mindset, and thriving through the wild ride of midlife. This book is your guide to reclaiming your self-worth, embracing your body, and becoming the strongest, healthiest, most vibrant version of yourself, no matter where you are on your journey. I wrote this book because every woman over 40 deserves to break free from limiting beliefs and outdated expectations. I wrote it because I'm still learning how to show up as my best self, and I want to walk alongside you as you do the same. If you're ready to transform your relationship with your body and step confidently into your next chapter, this book is for you. This is part of the How to Live Now series. This book is part of the How to Live Now series. Be sure to read How to Live in Time, 33 Lessons Learned. While each book can be read on its own, together they offer practical insights and encouragement for living with greater intention, wellness, and purpose. And then I'll read my brief bio, and then I'll explain for those who are watching what I just put on the screen as well. About Haikini. Haikini Chandler is a wellness educator, certified mind body eating coach, author, and host of the Time for Wellness podcast. As founder of the Time for Wellness LLC, she creates practical resources that help midlife women navigate the second half of life with greater clarity, confidence, and well-being. Drawing on nearly 2 decades of advocacy in food allergies, wellness, and holistic health, Haikini combines personal experience, professional training, and real life conversations to help women live well, age well, and make the most of their time. This is it, you guys, summed up in this guide. It's less than 50 pages. You can do it. There's call to actions at the end of each chapter as well. And you'll get to meet someone very dear and special within there. I'm not going to give that secret away. So if you are watching, I have two books. I have How to Live in Time, 33 Lessons Learned. This book was released last year, and then this year, How to Be Fit Over 40. All right. So both of these books are part of the How to Live Now series. And as you can see, they're both quick reads, easy, practical guides. You can put these in your gym bag, in your purse, and gift a friend. Super excited about these. Try not to cry, you guys. These have been so dear to my heart. Just trying to figure out a way. As you get older, you want to figure out a way you can leave like your imprint or legacy or something with people. I always said if I could just help one person, I have done my job. And all the things that I've learned over the years of just how to be more mindful, how to just live and navigate, especially those that look more like me. This book, I really had this book in mind, the How to Be Fit Over 40, when I started writing that book, because a lot of times brown people, if you identify as being brown, black, what have you, fill in the blank, sometimes you feel like someone has forgotten about you. And I wanted to remind those that you are not forgotten. So, super excited about these reads. Again, this podcast episode, month of July, is all about your identity and just focusing on building those things that people don't see. It's time to work on you. Three, hold up three fingers. Three things. Start with one, get it going, move to the next, get it going, move to the next. But be consistent. And I'm here to be your accountability. Super excited about what's to come. I'll leave the link in the show notes for my new book and also the link to the previous book as well. I think that one is still in the notes, but I'll just make sure. All right. Until next time, learn to love and learn to serve. Bye for now.